Hey. What's up, guys? It is me, Pro Living, coming at you guys live on an amazing Tuesday. The weather today in Northern VA is extravagant. Alright, you guys. So today's key point is going to be what is failure and what's failure, how failure can help you become better. To be honest with you, the reason I'm doing this video is because yesterday I was watching a huge, not documentary, but kind of like a huge little series of videos that Will Smith is putting up about what failure can do to you and how you can strive from it and how it's part of your life no matter what. So failure is pretty much stepping stones to what allows you to improve and actually do better in life. In all honesty, I feel like failure is needed. He goes through these videos describing that failure is not something we should fear, something that we should embrace and understand and learn from. Failure is something that we need in our lives because without knowing our limits, we won't really know how we can test our potential. So with that being said, to all you people that are really having trouble now after the first month, it is getting a little tougher just because it's finally hitting you a little harder and your motivation is kind of steeply dropping. You guys really have to push hard and, strive for yourselves, because at the end of the day, this is only for yourself and nobody else. It is tough for me as well, even though I've been doing this for several years. It is tough for me because at times it does test my patience, as well as that it does test my sense of will. But these failures don't allow me or don't create me to be the person I don't want to be. So you gotta understand that failure is the main course and glory is going to be your dessert. You always got to go through these harsh moments of eating these vegetables, these things that you don't like. But at the end of the day, you know that the glory is going to be at the end of the meal, which is going to be a dessert. You as a person have to reach deep down inside and understand how you want to achieve that. There are really no shortcuts to achieving a greater tomorrow, but you guys need to understand that everything you do does amount to what it equals out to be later on in life. Today I was actually doing more of my chest workouts. This whole week I'm taking, like I previously said on my last video, I'm taking rest off of your PRs. Your body needs time to recover. PRs they're pretty much hectic on your joints, on your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, whatever you like to hit the hardest. The thing is, you guys need to understand that a rest period is needed for your body to achieve its maximum potential. So all you fitness enthusiasts that are slowly coming up, don't overwork your body. You're just doing the exact opposite of what you need to be doing. If I were you, I would go to the gym, just go one time a week. And then if you're going to start competing or something, yeah, you can go 2 times. But my recommendation to you is you want to do the heavy, you want to do weights in the morning, and then in the afternoon you want to do cardio just to exfoliate some of the water retention. Alright, coming into that, I'm going to do a short little clip on what supplements I'm taking and how supplements can affect you and what you should be looking for in supplements as well. So give me a second and let me get these out for you, okay? So I went into pretty much my little stash of supplements. Alright, so before I start showing you my supplements, you guys need to understand that I am not sponsored by any of these supplements. I do take them. I always ask first off, I don't go to GNC, I don't go to Vitamin Shop, I don't go to these generic stores that overprice your supplements. First off, let's get things right. If you want to buy supplements, go to bodybuilding.com, alright? Easier, cheaper, and better. Alright, there are ways to find out deals on stuff, but in my opinion, I think that's like the most simplest way you can do it. Second thing is that if you are in the Northern VA area, my personal recommendation for you, if you're like around Arlington, Falls Church, Annandale, all these areas around here, go to ANC, Arlington Nutritional Center. This place has by far one of the best selections of pre-workouts, any type of supplement you need, to be honest with you. They're obviously supplements aren't really FDA approved all the time because they're not really regulated in a sense, but they know what they're talking about, and as well as that, they're just a great staff in my opinion. The people there, they're always helpful. They're not a bunch of dickheads, you know, who just like think they just want to sell certain items. They actually give you general like point of view and how they feel about it, and if you have any problems, which I will tell you later, they'll help you out with that as well. Alright, so I just get all my supplements from ANC, to be honest with you, and I only really get pre-workouts and as well as to some like BCAAs and some vitamins at best. In my opinion, your protein should be coming from your daily diet, especially if you're eating enough, and if you're eating well. You should be getting enough protein off of your chicken, beefs, whatever, man. All these proteins that are available to you, you should be utilizing. A lot of the times people overtake protein shakes and end up getting kidney stones because it's abnormal for your body to feel that way, or that you're not drinking enough water. So you guys need to understand that kidney stones are possible due to the fact if you're overeating protein, okay? So you guys need to understand how to prevent those and how you can progress through those, okay? For all you people that are losing weight, that are using these like pretty much these lipo pills, you know, like some caffeine pills and stuff, get off of that stuff. That stuff is not really needed, man. It's super potent. It's just gonna really mess with your body. Your body is, in my opinion, I don't think you should be taking pills because you can't really like kind of dose it out well. And I feel like a powder is a little easier to dose out because you can just kind of slowly sip on it until you feel alright. There are side effects to each one, so I'll explain each one, how I've felt the side effects and how I've seen my friends feel the side effects. So we're going to start it off, okay? So first thing I always do in the morning, I always wake up, I eat my regular eggs or, you know, oatmeal, something basic. And then I have usually like an hour and a half span to 2 hours before I go to the gym. If I don't eat breakfast, it's because I've eaten a really late meal last night. So then what I'll do is do a fasting workout, which is working out on an empty stomach, which is going to be utilizing all the stored fat cells that you've accumulated from last night to pretty much push out this morning. So there are two different ways you can work out. You can work out with the meal before or without the meal before to help expunge a lot of the calories that you've intaken the day before. Alright, first things first, I'm going to start with my pre-workout. My pre-workout right now is going to be Conquer. Alright. It is obviously by Phantom Nutrition, okay? I was recommended to this by the ANC in Arlington. Great stuff. There are a bunch of different types of pre-workouts. Let's start off with that. There are euphoric, and then there are ones that are just more of like a pump. The euphoric ones are going to be more of like the tunnel vision, but no real pump aspect to it. The pump will come with just your mind. And then there are others which are focused on the pump, but not as much mental aspect to it, okay? Each one hits differently. The pump is going to be more caffeine based. The other one's going to be more of like, just going to use different types of elements to help you have that concentration. Kind of like, kind of if you're taking Adderall in a sense, but not as potent, and it doesn't last as long sometimes. Most of these pre-workouts do last for like 2 to 3 hours, like minimum, just because of the amount that is in there and the concentrated amounts of caffeine or whatever is in there. It does make you sometimes jittery. It'll make you feel like prickles on the face, which are kind of weird at first, but these are all just pretty much what it's doing is pretty much just shooting energy to all your cells, and that's why your cells are just like, they don't know what to do with this energy, so it's just like, it feels like it's sparkling on your face kind of a sense. I like it sometimes, but it's a little too much when I first had it. I've tried C4, I've tried Hyde, I've tried all of these, you know, when Jack 3D first started, that was phenomenal stuff, man. That stuff was insane. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. It became illegal for a reason. Alright, so this one is more of a euphoric high. It's going to give me that huge tunnel vision aspect, no real pump to it. I try not to take any supplement to pump because, in honesty, like, if you want to pump up a muscle, it's just going easier by doing low weights and high reps, so you can start juicing it up fast. And after you do that, you can start hitting the big weights. But in honesty, like, I feel like it's the better, but there is a side effect usually to euphoric, like anything in life. So anytime you're taking any of these pre-workouts, I've noticed, in my opinion, that there are two big complications that happen. Alright, the first thing is going to be loss of appetite right after because of the amount of caffeine or what the supplement has. Because after you're done with your workouts, you're supposed to be at least digest or take some protein shakes, right? Since I don't take protein shakes, I'm usually eating my lunch right after or something. And it's tough because I'm literally force feeding myself there and I have no sense of eating, okay? So if you're going to take this, make sure that if you are going to eat afterwards, that you prepare yourself mentally, because it's tough. It is superbly tough to really put yourself in that position. And the second part to this is that if you're a very sexual active person, or your partner is very sexually active and you have to perform with them every night or on a daily basis in a sense, this is really tough, because you got to understand that this thing is bringing out all of your power into 1 hour or into 2 hours of movements, all right? It is tough for your body to have that stimulation happen again. So you got to understand that this stimulates your body to its highest potential. That's why you're able to do more. So now the thing is that people, especially guys, end up getting stem dick. Stem dick is pretty much the equivalent of, you know, just not being able to get it up because of the fact that your body was overstimulated earlier. How you can kind of neglect that fact is by taking this supplement that I'm taking, or by asking any recommendations for stem dick. There's a lot of things online in terms of bodybuilding forums, in terms of other places you can find answers for these things. It is natural because you're taking the pre-workout for this to happen to you. So if you have any questions or anything, please drop any comments below. I have experienced it. It sucks, and you know, at the end of the day, it makes you kind of question who you are and what you really want. So I ended up figuring it out because I did my research on it, because I knew it wasn't possible in my head. I was like, this ain't right. So I ended up going online, and I went to the store itself, and the dude he was knowledgeable and understood what I was going through. So he recommended L-citrulline. Alright, L-citrulline is the supplement I'm taking. I also got the ANC. Excellent stuff. Super sour and tart, alright? It's like taking a 2 or 3 Jolly Ranchers straight to the head. It's pretty sour. But the thing is, what this will do is pretty much flush out whatever stimulation was within you. And he said you should be usually taking this 2 times after your workouts. What it'll do is kind of regulate the stimulation in your body and kind of give you that potential again. So then whenever you need to go, you know, to bed or perform with your partner, this will definitely help you out, and it will not cause any drama or, you know, cause any problems, okay? Because nobody wants any problems like that. It's tough to deal with problems like that, because how are you supposed to explain that to your partner that you can't do that because you work too hard in the gym, or do you want to sacrifice your sexual life? It's just, you know, I've been in those predicaments, and it's tough because it's tough to explain it to someone who doesn't know what I'm feeling. So make sure you guys are investing into this, or asking on bodybuilding.com, just making sure that you do your research, okay? Research is key. If you never want an answer, or if you're looking for an answer, you really have to go outside of your box and kind of just push yourself out there, okay? It'll only take you 5-10 minutes. Let's be honest with ourselves. Alright, so moving on from there, we're going to go into side supplements that I don't really take all the time, but I do take here and there if I really do need it. Most pre-workouts already come with this, but I take it naturally because it's just, the one I got is a little bit more cleaner and is not as much too. So sometimes during the summer I take creatine monohydrate, which is pretty much the purified version of creatine. There are a lot of different types of creatines that come infused with BCAAs or pre-workouts, just to make you look swoller and make it look like the product's doing more work for you. In all reality, it's not. Water retention is what this does. Water retention is bad. Water retention is how your body puffs up randomly after you work out. It's just pretty much your body is just like infatuated with water in those areas, causing it to be more bigger and more like bulkier for a certain period of time. The water retention will be exfoliated through sweating, through running, and through doing cardiovascular exercise, because what you're doing is you're pretty much sweating it out. Water retention is not muscle, it's just show. It's show muscle. It's negative and positive. It just depends on the person. If you like it, go ahead for it. If you don't, I recommend you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, it's just kind of messing with your eyes. That's why I don't really take it all the time. So you usually get water retention also from salt, overtaking salt, or just eating a lot of salty food. Salt just retains more salt. Salt retains more water in your body. It's just bad. You'll see if you're taking a lot of salt, if your hands puff up or if your feet puff up. That's a good indication that you've been eating way too much salt. So going into protein, or should I say post-workout supplements. So like I told you guys earlier, I don't really take post-workout supplements like anything in terms of protein, casein protein, or Yeah, those are the biggest ones. So there are different forms of protein. Obviously, it's a lot of mumbo jumbo to them. There are whey isolates, there are whey concentrates, and then there are a bunch of casein proteins. So whey isolates are pretty much like the most purified version of protein. Superb, not as many carbs, pure protein, less calories, less sugar, just more a bigger punch for your buck is the best way to say it. It's a little bit more pricier just because it's a little finer. Anything in life that's better for you is always going to be a little pricier. Also, the brand name does come into play. So if you guys do find something that's whey isolated as well as too cheaper, go for it. Protein's protein at the end of the day. It's really just meant to be down. I don't really enjoy the taste of protein. It's probably disgusting after a while. Also, your shaker bottles end up smelling like poop after a few times and stuff. It just doesn't flow with me well, after a while you just kind of get annoyed of it. So going into that, what I want to tell you guys is the best protein I've understood for a while was like Go On Protein. Like I said, I don't get these for free or anything. I don't really want to get sponsored by them. But whey is pretty good. It's 100% whey, and as you can see, it's a whey protein isolates on the very bottom. Very good, just overall a little healthier for you. In my opinion, this is a good beginner's protein. Stay away from cookies and cream. It's the worst flavor ever. Vanilla is really bad with water. In my opinion, just stick to chocolate if you're gonna go with the water. If you have milk with your protein, alright, then go for vanilla. But it's just weird, I don't really like the taste. So what are casein proteins? All right, so casein protein is like is protein generically, but now the question is, what is its purpose? Casein protein is used in the evening, pretty much right before you go to bed. It's the protein in there is a little bit more complex, which means your body's gonna have more time to digest it. For instance, like an egg is a casein protein. It's a protein that's prolonged, so you're able to digest in a longer period of time with higher protein rate. So for instance, during the night, you actually burn a lot of calories or in protein. So a lot of people say that you should be taking some casein protein before you go to bed so you can sustain or have more energy in the morning, which is true, especially if you're trying to become a bodybuilder or something like that. Exquisite stuff. It's just a little bit more money out of your pocket. So anything in life that you need to do or that is needed for a healthier program, it does cost you more money. So just put that in play. If you don't want to invest into casein protein, my biggest recommendation to you is just having hard-boiled eggs or just getting a bunch of egg whites, in my opinion. Egg whites are exquisite stuff. They're high in protein, no fats, low carbs. Best thing. How you can find most of these in your daily diet in terms of proteins and casein proteins. Casein protein comes in eggs mainly. That's the biggest thing I've seen, as well as Greek yogurt's a pretty good casein protein as well. Greek yogurt is not high in calories, just high in protein and minor carbs. It's really good for you. I usually put it in my milkshakes, or not even milkshakes, just pretty much like I do a Greek yogurt shake with water, granola, maybe some blueberries, some dark chocolate, some kale, just kind of vary it up. There are a lot of nutritional value stuff that you need to learn. You need to understand the values of your greens, the values of your meats, and as well as the values of your carbs. Carbs are everywhere. Let's put it like that. Now the question is, which ones are good carbs and which ones are bad carbs? Only you can figure that out because you're the only person that knows your diet. Rice and potatoes, all the stuffs are empty carbs, obviously. There are better carbs, like veggies and stuff like that, but only you can really determine that. Aside to that, you guys, so these are most of the supplements I'm taking. Conquer's, it's off the charts awesome. It allowed me to put my new PR last week. So let's hope this week goes better. If anything changes in terms of my supplements, I'll let you guys know. Like I said, if you guys have questions on anything, just let me know. Drop a comment, subscribe, like, and yeah, just have a good workout, you guys. Make sure you're stretching, and just reach for a better tomorrow, man, because that's all we can do. All right, so have a great day, you guys. Here's some little quick workout videos that I did, so check them out. Hopefully you like, and stay safe.
this ship is never sinking. About to set it off in this bitch Jada Pinkett. I shouldn't have drove. Tell me how I'm getting home. You too fine to be laying down in bed alone. I could teach you how to speak my language, Rosetta Stone. I swear this life is like the sweetest thing I've ever known. About to go Thriller, Mike Jackson on these niggas. All I need's a fucking red jacket with some zippers. Super good Smitto, a package of the swishers. I did it overnight, it couldn't happen any quicker. Y'all know them, well fucking me either. We'll point the biggest skeptic out, I make them a believer. It wouldn't be the first time I done it, throwing hundreds where I should be throwing ones. Bitch, I run it, I changes. I see changes. One thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. And I swear I